Hello, everyone. My name is Haidy Zakaria, and I'm actually an almost entrepreneur. What I mean by this is that I'm still on the path of startups. I am not quite there yet, and I am here to talk to you about that part of the journey. Before we do anything, let's define entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the process of designing, launching, and running a new business. It's basically a peppy new word for starting a small business, affectionately named startup. With the day and age, the weirder the business, the better people think it is, which really isn't the case. Now, when you first get the idea, when you're sitting at home and you get that one pop in your head about the company that's going to change the world, the first thing that's going to come into your mind is fame, fortune, paparazzi following you everywhere. You're going to start imagining yourself hanging out with other entrepreneur friends around a lounge, maybe a pool, colorful drink, maybe even a asif batiha. You're gonna start going to Instagram and researching those people, the people who already made it to the fame and glory, and you're gonna give yourself about a year max before you get that phone call to be invited to join them, because you're very important and stuff. Then, you're going to tell your friends about that notion, the notion of starting your own business. And they'll be supportive enough to start calling you an entrepreneur, even though your idea hasn't even been put on paper yet. The utopia of startups is there, at the tip of your fingers, and you can almost taste the heaps of money you're going to swim in. Pretty picture, right? Well, I am here, unfortunately, to pop that pretty bubble for you. It really does not go that way at all. Okay, the first thing you need to do is do your research, right? So, put your idea on paper, and then start going to the internet, our very best friend. There is this saying that goes, everything under the sun has been done before, which basically means that if you thought of the idea, brilliant and amazing you might be, somebody else is bound to have thought of it before, or at least a variation of it. So, find those companies and find your unique selling point. What makes your idea better? What's going to make your company better? Then, figure out if their companies failed or succeeded. If they failed, should you do it? If they succeeded, does the market really need another one? Then, ask yourself the one important question. Why am I doing this? Is it only for the fame and fortune and the paparazzi and the pool? Or are you really just invested into seeing this idea come to life? Because if the goal here is fame and fortune, I have some news for you. You will not get money now. You won't be famous now. And the idea of life stability, well, you might as well throw that out the window along with your social life and peace of mind. Here's what you need to know. You need to understand that startups are hard. This is not going to just take some money from you. This is going to take hard work, late nights, and you will get very, very little reward from it, at least at first. There's the startup graph that tells you how you feel the more you delve into your startup. See here? This keeps going down and down and down until you get to what I like to call the black pit of death, which is basically how you feel when you're just close enough to starting your business, or you've done a lot of research and then you'll be depressed and sad and just wonder, why am I doing this to myself? I should have just done the job. But it gets a little better. Should you do it? This is a hard, grueling, depleting process, and only a crazy person would ever want to do anything like this. Should you do it? Absolutely. You should do it because you got the idea. Your magnificent brain concocted the idea that you're going to start a business, make people's lives easier, and employ people who believe in the same idea as you. Most importantly, your heart decided that this was important enough for you to research the possibilities. You have the passion and the will, the dedication and the time. You should try, and try as hard as you can. Okay, what's the recipe for success? I'm here to give you some kind of way, a roadmap of some sort for you to actually take, right? I have no idea. I have no idea whether you'll make it or not. Heck, I am not even sure I'll make it with my own startups. I have no crystal ball or tea leaves to read for you. This is in no way a success story. This is just to tell you that you have a long, hard journey ahead of you, Frodo Baggins. You may very well fail, but you may also succeed. Make your company shine, and be one of those people who are able to call themselves entrepreneurs. And isn't that good enough for you to try? Thank you.